And we're back. Okay. So yeah, plenty of stuff to talk about on the show today. Pastor who peed on a lady on that flight. That guy speaks. I gotta make sure I got that story ready to go. I think I have it ready to go. Yes. I tried to track that guy down. The backyard wrestler who broke both his legs in a freak accident is getting some help. That will happen momentarily. I'll talk to his sister. And the blowback on the Dodgers, Justin Turner. My God, this thing, Jesus, this I can't handle it, and so I'm throwing myself right back into the COVID fight because I can't take this shit. And more celestial excitement. This one is going to blow your mind. Say the N-word, sit out a couple of plays, get a better job. These are all stories that I am covering on the show. But first, let me bring in Ashley. I think Ashley's in Delaware. I know so little about where this actually happened, but Ashley. Hello? Hey, Ashley, how are you? It's Eric.
Hi, how are you?
Not bad. Now, are you guys in Delaware? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Well, welcome to the show. First of all, is Justin okay? What's the latest?
Most recently, he was actually taken out of ICU yesterday, so that's the biggest kind of hurdle we're over right now. And then he does have a procedure scheduled for tomorrow morning.
Okay. What is the prognosis? Have they indicated? Because what I'm worried about is amputation, and a lot of people don't know this, but that does happen when horrible incidents happen like this. Sometimes they just can't put it. Sometimes they just can't put it back together the way it's supposed to be. Isn't that right?
Yeah. So initially, we thought his most recent surgery was going to kind of determine whether that is a very has to happen. Like it's a very much likelihood of him having to lose it. And then as we're getting updates and he's getting a little bit more progress in that leg, that it might be physical therapy that's going to have to determine whether or not amputation is going to have to happen. I guess I'm most worried about the functionality of his knee and being able to bend it.
And the problem occurred because if you see it, when you watch it, he jumps down from the turnbuckle. And then does the knee hyperextend, and that's what starts the sequence?
I would assume so. I mean, I don't know all the right terminology in order to use, and I don't want to be inaccurate or anything, but That's the way it appears. And his left leg did get the most impact, and that's the one that's giving him the most problems.
And they both went, right? He's got breaks. Both of them went.
Yes, they're both completely broken.
Holy crap!
But the left one is definitely the one that's the biggest concern.
Have you been over the years? Have you ever seen videos go around the internet like this of crazy things happening to people like this? We've all seen those over the years, and I'm sure you've been like, "Boy, that's terrible," and then lo and behold, it happens to your brother.
Yeah, it's nuts. I remember watching a UFC event live one time when Anderson Silva, it snapped right in the ring, and I was like, oh, it's so cringeworthy. And then you watch it happen to someone you love, even in a video, it was do I watch this? Do I not watch this? Knowing what was going to happen, it was rough. And it's obviously cringeworthy for anybody, but then to see it happen to someone you love so much and knowing that amputation is a huge possibility, it's gut-wrenching.
My God. Yeah, I was just I was right there with the rest of I was right there with the group of oh, look at this guy. And it never once did I think, oh, who cares? Hey, this is a guy. This is actually someone who's in deep, deep trouble here. It just was wow, look at this. And then it made its way around the internet like crazy like that. And then you saw your brother go viral, didn't you?
Yeah, it was absolutely insane, the reactions. And honestly, if people didn't react the way that, you had, or if this wasn't my brother and I saw it and I had reacted a certain way, if this hadn't gone viral, if people didn't react that way, it wouldn't have gotten the reach that it has.
Right. Were you there at the event when it happened?
I was not.
Okay, so
thankfully.
Okay, so
I don't know what my reaction would have been.
How come no one? I mean, it was crazy because everybody just kind of stood there. No one really rushed to help him. Was it they just didn't know what the hell to do, or?
I think it was like a really like shocking moment. Like, did this really just happen? Kind of thing. Like,
Has he
it was not.
has he had problems before? Has he always been like healthy? Is it so? This is or is this just a complete freak accident?
This is a complete freak accident. Like, he normally like no health issues really.
Oh my God! And okay, give me the situation because he has a little boy who's obviously very worried about his dad.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you mean in terms of like the situation?
Well, because he has a son, and he's got a significant other who had his son, and they're planning on getting married. All this is on hold right now, right?
Yeah. So I mean, his fiance is stepping up in a huge way, like being an amazing step parent to his son, and she's just like really been his backbone, and she's absolutely amazing, honestly. And just by Justin's side, like 100%, his rock, 100, like amazing.
There was some scrutiny being put up on your brother of okay, if he doesn't have insurance, why is he getting in the wrestling ring? Have you heard that one?
I've seen that, and honestly, there's a lot of people who don't have insurance throughout the country, and even those that do have insurance, like, do you get in your vehicle every day, like key in the ignition and think of all the random possibilities that could happen to you on your 5-minute drive to work? Like, you can't go into everything you do and prepare 100% for every possibility of things that could go wrong. Like,
absolutely,
he was having fun. He's done it before. Maybe not that particular move in that particular position of the ring, but like, he's done it before, and he didn't anticipate for something to go so horribly wrong.
Yeah, I don't get it either. And then so the GoFundMe was created. You did that in mind because you know that this is going to be an unbelievable price tag on it, and it's shocking. But you set the goal at $200,000, and boy, I don't know. It seems like that might be on the low end of things. Isn't that right?
100%. And when we were trying to decide like how high do we make this, we were like lowballing ourselves a lot. And then we're like, wait, this thing went viral. Maybe this GoFundMe can go viral. Like, how much is too much? But realistically, $200,000 is not going to cover anything realistically with the cost of healthcare. His hospital stay alone will be huge. A huge
bill. My daughter just had knee reconstruction. It cost $49,000. That's a little bit not nearly as extreme as what your brother is going through. So, my God.
But even then, like, that's someone's entire salary for a year. So that's pretty significant too.
Oh crap. Okay. So how is it that he's? I mean, how is he doing? Because I bet you that's on the back of his mind. He's got a lot of things going through his head right now. How is he mentally right now?
Justin's like one of a kind, and he's just so funny and lighthearted. And he's like, I can get through anything. He recently quit smoking cigarettes, and he was like, the hardest thing that I've ever done is lose my dad. So this is going to be a cakewalk. And his mindset is pretty much the same in terms of like this whole situation. Like, this is nothing and compared to the loss.
Wow, that's awesome. It sounds like a great attitude. After you started the GoFundMe, a friend of your family reached out to me, and that's how I saw it. And then I was like, oh shit, man, I gotta get after this and kind of like get on the winning side here, because for a while I was just like, oh yeah, look at this guy's broken leg, it's amazing. And now here we are. Have you heard from other people? Who else has come out of the woodwork to try to bang the drum?
Oh my God, the entire wrestling like community around us, like everyone who's a fan that we know has just been like spamming all kinds of accounts and whatnot. And that friend that reached out to you is actually really awesome. And I feel like he had a huge part of like the reach that we were able to achieve with the GoFundMe. But no one like really coming out of the woodwork like, oh my gosh, like now we're friends kind of thing or anything like that. But just a lot of people in Justin's corner, and we couldn't be more like any more grateful. Like, it's amazing the amount of people that have donated, like near and far and all that. Like, we are also grateful. And Justin, like, Just like, oh my God, I'm famous.
Right. Now I noticed that and it's been a lot of nickel and diming, $5, $10, $25, $50 here and there to get you $14,631, which is, I mean, there's been a lot of things on GoFundMe that have gone viral that are like, oh my God, it almost seems like overkill sometimes when you see some kid who, walks to work and GoFundMe raises $50 million for him somehow. This is, I mean, I'm not saying that one is worth more than the other, but of all the things that I think would need to go viral, I would think that this would be one of those things to actually go viral. As soon as pro wrestler Chris Jericho got involved and dropped $2,000, I was like, oh, this is fantastic. This is just great. How did Justin react when he saw that Chris Jericho got involved?
The best part of it is we were on a group chat with Justin, like a video chat when we saw it. So it was awesome. We all screamed and got excited, and we were all like in shock and awe. There was a couple of other wrestlers that donated as well. I don't want to jack up their names, but we were like, oh man, that's cool. And then Chris Jericho donated, and we were like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really, really good. Well,
but Justin was so grateful either way.
I think that as I've just got my I've got my fingers crossed for you guys that this will continue to go, because I don't know, in my mind, I don't want to live in a world where there's a guy who gets his legs get broken like this, and it's like, oh, but yeah, here you go, walk with the limp, and here's a $200,000 or $1 million bill. There's got to be a way through this, honestly.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of support through the GoFundMe, and a lot of people just sending me like personal messages through my email. And I had someone reach out this morning about like a little bit of medical advice on things that we could do. So we've got a lot of people reaching out, giving us a little bit of advice, and we have a close family friend that knows a little bit about medical billing. So we have options, and we have a good backbone to options.
Well, and that's great that people are stepping up and doing what they can to support your brother and help him out and offer that fellowship, because I mean, a lot of the times that's all it matters. There's going to be low points along the way where he's going to get really upset, and as long as you guys are there for him, so that's that's fantastic.
That's why we want to protect him as much as possible in terms of identity, and just not have anyone like in his inbox, because a lot of those initial reactions were not nice, and we understand it comes with the territory, but at the same time, we want to protect him and not have anyone like in his inbox.
I don't understand it. So are you telling me that there were people that were actually aggressively saying horrible things about him and this scenario?
I mean, people coming at him about his insurance type situation, and then just the kind of foul comments that came along with him breaking his legs. And
well, yeah, I don't understand how, okay, insurance is expensive and not everybody can afford it. So I don't understand how that can be something that they would take a run at him. It boggles my mind, why people, I mean, get that aggressive about it, and decide.
And as much as people have been so nice in making donations and whatnot, there are those that other end of the spectrum that are not as kind, and we want to avoid that being directly affecting Justin.
Right. Man, my God. Okay. And hey, the silver lining, I think Justin may have won an award on this show, because every year I look for the Muppety Flippity Bone Break of the Year. And it's, wow. I don't think he's going to lose. I think we might have to give him the trophy. There's still 2 months of year left in this awful year. But as of right now, I don't see how anybody could possibly take him out as the hard and fast number one at this point.
Well, don't fear. He will be reaching out for his prize, I'm sure.
I don't even know what it is, but
it's okay.
Okay. Well, Ashley, good luck. And I hope the family stays positive. It's awful what you're going through. So
thank you so much for reaching out to me.
Yeah, Ashley. And I'm going to put in the links of this podcast, the GoFundMe link, and maybe we'll get a few more bucks here and there from the audience. So
perfect. I really, truly appreciate it. And as far as the donation goes, small, large, all of them. People took effort into putting their information into that website. So thank you all so much.
All right. Very good. Okay. Thank you, Ashley.
You're welcome. Be safe.
All right. Likewise. Thank you. That is Ashley. Her brother's a dude who went flippity muppity. Oh my God. Okay. It got off the rails in the first. I started this live podcast. Most of you know. And then, oh man, probably the only thing I regret is instead of just saying, "Hey, I'm extremely pissed off," and I was, in a lot of ways, still am, and just shut it down and then regrouped. I then got so pissed off, I lashed out at Kenny. I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I had just simply shut it down and called him up like I did and said, "Hey, all right, that's enough." So yeah, Kenny, I'm sorry I ripped you a new one like that. I didn't mean any of that. I was extremely, extremely pissed off, and that's no excuse. But yeah, that was rough. That was rough. I'm not gonna lie. Got to pick up the pieces and move on now, and I will. So thank you for your understanding on that, Kenny. I'm sorry I yelled at you publicly like that, and we'll probably talk after this is all done, and hash it out a little more. But all right. We'll have to press on. Thank you again, as always, for supporting the show via the sponsors. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage at 231-332-6505. Mario is awesome, whether it is your first time or your 10th time mortgage. I can't thank him enough. And it's a really great time to get a mortgage right now. In fact, the rates are still incredibly low. And yeah, if that is something that you're thinking about anywhere in the USA, if you could reach out to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, whether you've gotten many mortgages in the past or you've never done this before, you are encouraged to reach out 231-332-6505. Test the waters, at least see what he has to say. That doesn't mean you're signing up. I just want you to go ahead and reach out to him and maybe compare him to anybody else that you might be considering for a mortgage. Thank you to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. We have in West Michigan a nice lady who cleans homes. That would be Amy Porter from A&D Cleaning, 616-550-3644. Whether it's a one-off cleaning, a weekly deal, monthly, whatever, you are the one who decides the frequency. And it makes a great gift too. My God, 616-550-3644. They also sponsor the Queen Bee Daisy. That's right. Daisy in the studio is brought to you by A&D Cleaning. So this was my day yesterday. I was going to get to this early on, but we got derailed. I don't know if you're like me, but you look at your online banking and then you see all these freaking charges and you're like, fuck, what are we doing here? Why do we have to pay $90 for coffee? So right away I start going through it. I'm like, what? Who just drops $90 on coffee? She goes, well, that's every other month. This is Queen of the Forest. That's every other month that we have to do that. And I'm like, yeah, I know it is, but I mean, I spend, you know what it is? It's K-Cups. K-Cups are seriously a real financial burden on the world. K-Cups are so unbelievably overpriced. If you broke that down to the amount of money you spend on an actual cup of coffee, if you get it through a K-Cup, it's like 10 times the amount. Okay. They always say, make your coffee at home. You'll save money. Nah, not if you use a damn K-Cup. I do there's like a single serving thing and you actually take the coffee and you spoon it into there. That's how you do it. Or make a pot of coffee. Nope. We like our flavored coffee. Shit. So, all right. They spent a damn arm and a leg. Diana and the kids. Well, I do. Spends an arm and a leg on freaking coffee. So I'm like, okay, I'm looking at all these things and none of these charges are my fault. Okay. I go, what is this? Oh, well, that's that. And I look and there's a charge that says $260 to Jostens. These are the people that make like class rings. I go, what is this? Oh yeah. We had to order that for graduation for Madison. And I'm like, we order it now? I mean, the school year hasn't even started, or it's just started. And she's like, yeah, we have to order it now. That's the cheapest package. I go, well, what is the package? Oh, cap, gown, invitations. I'm like, why don't we just use Jackie's? Whatever happened to hand-me-downs? When I was growing up, I was wearing jeans that were like 30 years old because of hand-me-downs. Why does everything have to be brand fucking new? So I'm like, son of a bitch, $260 for this shit. Yeah. Oh my God. What about this? Oh yeah. Well, that's something else. And I'm like, well, what is this recurring charge for Empowered? What is this? $27. Dinah says, I don't know. I go, well, you got to know. I mean, okay, here's mine. Spotify, $9. Big deal. Tax write-off. What is Empowered? She goes, I have no idea what that is. I go, well, we've been through this before. This is the type of thing that, we end up trying to track it down, and then we end up calling the bank, and then 2 minutes into the phone call with the bank, we go, oh, yeah, I know what that is. I need that. Have you ever done that? So we look it up, and it's like online coaching, and I don't know. It's like I think you sign up for this, and they like help you get in shape or some shit like that, and send you recipes. And I'm like, we haven't done this. How long have we been paying for this? How the fuck does this even happen? I look it up. For the last 3 months, $27 has come out of our bank account for something that we've never ever heard of it. So I'm right away suspicious of Diana, because it's just, I don't know why. It just seems like something she would do, because she's really inept and on a technological level. And I'm like, but and she goes, I swear to God, Eric, I have never heard of this. And I go, well, okay. So we call and call the bank, and I call and I get a hold of fraud protection. And at the same time, I call this number that is on the bank statement. It's a 1-800 number for this Empowered. And it says, hi, this is so-and-so from Empowered. In fact, I'm going to play this. This is important to note, because when you call, the lady who's behind it is the voice on this message. And she says, if you have a billing question, reach out to so-and-so at joinempowered.com. Okay, so it's at Join Empowered. So JOINEMPOWERED.com. Well, instead of spelling that out, she spells it out, but she spells it out wrong. She actually spelled the wrong thing. Listen to this shit.
Hey, this is Kate from Empowered, and I want to personally take this time to thank you for purchasing one of my programs. You're going to love how great it feels to take charge of your health and transform your body and your confidence. For all billing and technical support, please email us at support@joinempowered.com.
Join Empowered.
That's support, SUPPORT, at JOINED.
What?
EMPOWERED.com.
Okay, she says support at Join Empowered, but spells out support at Joined Empowered. So I'm like, well, wait a minute. What is it? So I send the email to support at joinedempowered.com. Send, comes back. This isn't it says this is wrong. You've sent it to, this doesn't exist. So I'm like, well, she spelled, that's so fucking stupid. So I then send it to support at Join Empowered, which is not what she spelled out, and it's correct. And I go, hey, I don't know what this is. My name is this. My wife's name is Diana. And can you? And while I'm on the phone with the bank for fraud, the investigation, I get an email back and says, yeah, your wife signed up for this. We've been collecting money. It's good. Yeah, this she signed up for a free 7 days and didn't cancel. So yeah, then the details say we go ahead and charge your card. And Diana, I believe her. I do believe her. She says, Eric, I have no interest in any of this. Okay, I'm not. If I'm going to ever work out, I'll just do the beach body thing. I'll do the P90X or whatever, or take a walk. I'm not interested in this. I didn't accidentally give them my credit card. I go, okay. So I get on the phone with the bank, and I'm talking to them, and they say, they ask you a few questions. They cancel it. They get the money back. I get the money back, and then they wipe out the card. The card is now dead. We have to get a new card. It's a huge pain in the ass. And I'm like, how? I mean, in this day and age, you know what scammers do is they count on you not looking at your statement online. They're counting on you of just letting it go on autopilot, because back in the day, when you didn't have that, you would always be looking at shit. Fraud never happened on this level because everything's done with like hard copies. And at the end of the month, you got to reconcile the thing, balance your checkbook. Remember how to do that? You don't have to do that shit anymore. Oh my God, what a pain in the ass. So they ended up wiping it out. We get the money back, but man, that was pissing me off, and that's why I was late on Instagram instant trivia for yesterday. But it ended up working out, man. Seriously, I've never really been a victim of fraud up until then, and this one was kind of weird because I'm not really sure exactly how it even happened in the first place, but unbelievable. Okay, update on this story. Who this is the pastor who apparently was peed on the chick on the airplane. Listen to this.
With all the details we're learning, not only was that pastor under the influence of a sleep aid, he also blew up .17 after being detained following that flight. Now he could face charges. This is the official charging document obtained by Fox 2, laying out the bizarre behavior of a pastor on board a Delta flight earlier this month, where he urinated all over a female passenger. Now that it's public record, the pastor is Daniel Chalmers, a successful religious leader in Raleigh, North Carolina. Here's an excerpt of his teachings for purchase, claiming he healed a blind man.
Purchase.
I started praying, and I started putting my fingers up, and he was healed.
Chalmers was on board the red eye from Las Vegas to Detroit when he allegedly walked to the back of the plane and urinated on a Detroit woman, Alicia Beverly.
It started to get warm on this side of me.
Ironically, there was an off-duty Detroit Metro Airport officer on board who intervened right away.
I jumped up and I seen his private area out, so I screamed, and that woke everybody on the plane up. By the time I actually looked at him and I see him shaking himself off, I'm like, this man just peed on me.
When the plane landed in Detroit, Chalmers was detained and given a breathalyzer showing a blood alcohol content of .17. He claimed he only had 2 drinks before boarding and an Ambien. He apparently doesn't recall urinating on anyone. Alicia says she's traumatized.
I left work yesterday because I couldn't stay, but I had to tell him why I needed to leave.
Oh, come on now. That's ridiculous.
It was a lot. Like, my anxiety was really bad. I literally, since then, I probably only got maybe like 4 hours of sleep.
Chalmers released a statement. It says in part, "I want to sincerely apologize for my actions on this overnight flight. I took an Ambien for the first time to sleep well on my flight and had a terrible reaction. I am so sorry how this affected everyone on this flight, and especially one lady passenger in particular." Chalmers was ticketed for simple assault. That's basically a court summons to appear in court back in Detroit. That date has not yet been set. Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Oh, my God. Okay, so that's all I needed. As soon as you see who the guy is and where he is, let's reach out. And I was sitting around here yesterday, and I looked up Love Wins Ministries in Raleigh, North Carolina. And it said closed, not open. So, all right, I'm going to call it anyway. And it threw me off because this lady picks up the phone and it isn't, she doesn't say Love Wins Ministries. This is so-and-so. How can I help you? She says hello. And that really threw me off. But here you go. This is how it went.
Hello?
Oh, hi. Is this Love Wins Ministries?
Oh, yes.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I was thrown off. I didn't expect anybody to say hello. I thought it was, I thought I was calling someone's house there. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Anyway, my name is Eric Zane, and I host the Eric Zane Show podcast. And I had a couple questions about Pastor Chalmers. This is Love Wins Ministries, right? Hello?
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Okay. Is Pastor Chalmers there?
There's nobody here by that name.
Okay. Am I? Let me make sure I'm getting this right. 919-263. Had to take that out. Let's see. Are you in Raleigh, North Carolina?
Yes.
Okay. Then this is the right place. Okay, I got it. So, all right, you're kind of just like saying that he's not there, but this is the place where it's him. I mean, it's kind of a big story. I mean, we don't need to be silly about it. I understand that he Yeah. So, does he, I heard that unbelievable story. Now, he has the ability to cure people. I know that he healed a blind man once. Isn't that right?
I don't know.
Okay. So, is this like are you one of the staff members or what's, I'm just a little confused.
I just volunteer.
Oh, okay. One of the volunteers. I got you. So, Pastor Chalmers, do you see him on a regular basis?
No.
Okay. All right. So this is the place where Pastor Chalmers is. Okay. Is anyone else there I can talk to? Maybe?
No.
Okay. What do you do? One of the helpers, maybe help with the charities or things like that? Or the grifting?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Now, when is the best time to reach Pastor Chalmers?
I don't know.
Okay, boy, wow, they don't give you a lot of information to work with there.
No.
No. Okay, no problem. Did you hear the story about Pastor Chalmers and when he went tinkle on the airplane on that lady passenger?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. That is it. Wow, now I don't want you to say anything to give it away in case there's anybody there who's hearing you speak.
No.
So I don't want to get you in trouble, but I bet that was quite a story when you heard that he whipped it out right there on the plane and just,
Yeah.
did that. So is he known to do that? Have you ever seen the past?
I don't know. I don't even know.
Right. Okay. That's code. He does, doesn't he? He's constantly whipping it out.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay. Well, I tell you what, you guys, I want you to be safe there and be on the lookout because I think this guy is really into golden showers. So be careful. Okay.
Okay.
He's probably got a glory hole. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to get you in any trouble. You just hang up and finish the day's work, and then off you go. Thank you so much, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, now, listening back to that, I'm under the impression that while I was talking to that person, and I don't know if that was a dude or a chick, that the guy that the Pastor Chalmers was standing right there. Like he was probably standing there right there with his dick hanging out during that entire thing. Because of how she was like, oh yeah, or she or he was like, oh yeah, and then starts laughing underneath the breath. Oh my God. Okay, Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast. Thank you to them for being part of the show. If you need any assistance for on an IT level for your small or medium-sized business, that's who you want to reach out to. Blue Frost IT. 616-200-8550. That's 616-200-8550 for Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast. Because what they do is they call you get them, and then they say, how many computers do you have that we will be working on? You tell them, they're going to give you an estimate as to how much it's going to cost for all the IT support. Because if you're doing your business and then everything goes apeshit, what are you going to do? You're losing money if you don't have someone there on your team to fix that as quickly as possible. That's what Blue Frost IT is all about. Again, 616-200-8550. Thank you to Blue Frost IT. In fact, coming up on November 10th, we have another Tech Tuesday. Looking forward to that. They'll be joining me on the show. That is also Patch Tuesday, I'm told. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Alan's like, oh, yeah, Patch Tuesday. I don't know. Kent County Health Department, thank you to them, trying to make it so that we have a safer life right now with COVID-19, the spread kind of getting a little bit out of hand here in the great state of Michigan, Kent County specifically. They have 4 COVID testing stations that you can check into. Hell, by now they may have more. You need more information about anything concerning your health or vaccinations, go to accesskent.com/health for the Kent County Health Department. Great group of people there. Making life a little bit easier for you. If you have any questions about the WIC program or immunizations for your kids, 616-632-7100 for the Kent County Health Department. Okay. You know what, folks? I'm going to leave it right there for today. It's a little bit weird and just not feeling it. So, this rarely happens, but today is the day that it does happen. So, I am actually going to wrap it up for today. I'm just not feeling it. So this is the one time, probably the one and only time that this will happen. But yeah, that's it. Thanks, folks. I appreciate you. We'll talk to you down the road. Bye-bye.